And now, if you don't mind, we're going to get to the news. President Trump said on Saturday that he will impose escalating tariffs on 8 European nations until the U.S. is allowed to buy Greenland. Man, he really wants Greenland. He hasn't been this interested in an island since the 90s. The Justice Department announced last week that it's making substantial progress on the Jeffrey Epstein files and has more than 500 staffers working on them. And they need so many staffers because they keep passing out from all the marker fumes. Oh, it's his name again. During an interview last week with Reuters, President Trump suggested that he may cancel the midterm elections. That could be the thing that finally does it. I mean, you can invade Minnesota, you can threaten Greenland, but if you try to take away our Kornacki, there's going to be hell to pay. While speaking to reporters last week, President Trump said that Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado gave him her Nobel Peace Prize and told him, quote, "You've ended 8 wars and nobody deserves this prize more." All right, that sounds like something you said. Not her. What else did she say? "Mr. President, the 2020 election was stolen from you and you're looking a lot better in person." President Trump was set to attend the college football national championship game today between Miami and Indiana, a game that will decide which of the 2 teams will one day be forced to give him their national championship trophy. I threw a lot of touchdowns, made a lot of tackles. President Trump over the weekend announced that he will sign an executive order blocking broadcast networks from airing other college football games at the same time as the Army-Navy game. Wow, he's really using executive orders just to do grandpa stuff now. I'll also sign an executive order that the commercials can't be louder than the show. During the ceremony renaming a road in his honor, President Trump thanked conspiracy theorist Laura Loomer and added, quote, "What spirit you have. Specifically, the kind that only an exorcist can get rid of." The Department of Health and Human Services over the weekend tweeted a picture of Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. with a steak topped with birthday candles. It looks medium rare with a nice sear. The steak, too. A video game developer announced last week that it will release a new simulator game that follows a national park ranger as they maintain hiking trails and interact with guests. It's the game grandmas are calling just as fun as Call of Duty. And finally, an Australian woman recently woke up and found an 8-foot python coiled on her chest. And that's the end of 2-for-1 drink night at the Reptile House. It's officially been 1 year since President Trump returned to the White House, and I'll be celebrating with the traditional first anniversary gift, paper. President Trump released a video last week calling on Congress to pass his great health care plan and said, quote, "Under this policy, the prices of many drugs will be slashed by 300, 400, and even 500%. Once again, 100% is the most you can lower a price. How did you ever run a casino? Oh, right, briefly. President Trump promoted a book on Sunday called The Invisible Coup, How American Elites and Foreign Powers Use Immigration as a Weapon. It was a long read, but I finished the whole thing, said Trump about the title. Vice President J.D. Vance and Second Lady Usha Vance are set next month to attend the opening ceremony of the Winter Olympics, partly as a diplomatic move and partly to shop for new countries to threaten. First Lady Melania Trump spoke last week at an event hosted by the video call service Zoom. Kind of surprising for someone who's spent the last 10 years on mute. The NFL has announced that the band Green Day will perform in the opening ceremony of Super Bowl 60. That's right, just another 60-year-old using Green Day to try to look cool. Heinz has unveiled a fry box with a built-in ketchup compartment called the Heinz Dipper. That would be pretty cool until the 4th or 5th time you knock your fries over. Why do I want to play Jenga with my fries? I'll just smooth out my burger wrapper and spray a big pile of ketchup on that like a normal person. And finally, the company that makes the plant-based Beyond Meat has released a new protein drink. Finally, a drink with no meat in it. While speaking to reporters last night, As he left the White House for Davos, President Trump said, quote, "This will be an interesting trip. I have no idea what's going to happen." Okay, but it seems like you should. You're the president going to an economic conference, but you sound like you're about to take a handful of shrooms and go to Disney World. No idea what's gonna happen. Buckle up, Goofy! President Trump told reporters on Monday that his primary message for global leaders at the World Economic Forum is, quote, "how well the United States is doing." You know they get the news in Davos, right? That's like the Jets saying how well they're doing. We can see the games. While speaking today in Davos, President Trump claimed that the Spanish flu ended World War I, which is the first time he's ever given someone else credit for ending a war. During the same speech, President Trump reiterated his desire to acquire Greenland and said, quote, "it's a very small ask. No, water my plants while I'm away is a small ask. Let me have this country is second only to help me move." President Trump also repeatedly referred to Greenland as Iceland. Even more troubling, he referred to Iceland as Trumpland. While speaking to reporters on Monday, President Trump confirmed that he invited Russian President Vladimir Putin to join his Board of Peace. That's like inviting Elon Musk to join the Charisma Committee. President Trump claimed on Monday that the Norwegian government controls who gets the Nobel Peace Prize. That's ridiculous. Governments don't control who gets awards. If they did, Kid Rock would have 1,000 Grammys. During the White House press briefing yesterday, President Trump held up a stack of papers and said, quote, "I could stand here and read it for a week and we wouldn't be finished." Of course, he could say the same thing about Goodnight Moon. During the same Little Mouse. We love the Little Mouse. Mush. Bowl full of mush. No one likes the mush. During the same White House. literally the only book I can currently quote. During the same White House press briefing, President Trump said that he signed an executive order to bring back mental institutions and insane asylums, which has to be the clearest case ever of be careful what you wish for. In a new interview, Agriculture Secretary Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins said that Americans should be able to eat 3 full square meals and a snack a day for $15.64. Oh, sure. And think of all the extra money you'll save by only living to 55. And finally, authorities in Florida arrested an 81-year-old woman last week after she allegedly tried to hire a hitman. Said the woman, "Here's a quarter now, and you'll get the other quarter when it's done." According to a new report, the deal that President Trump negotiated yesterday with NATO involves Denmark giving the U.S. sovereignty over small pockets of Greenland to build military bases. So basically the deal we already had. I'm so glad this guy isn't my real estate broker. Hey, so I think I can get you the house for the asking price. While speaking to business leaders yesterday in Davos, President Trump said that foreign nations were taking advantage of the U.S. before he imposed tariffs and added, quote, "our country was being plucked like you pluck a chicken." Thanks for the analogy, Farmer Brown. The only chicken you've plucked is a McNugget from a box of 20. I hope I pluck a good one. While speaking at the World Economic Forum yesterday, President Trump said that only stupid people buy windmills. You said that in front of the Netherlands? Did you also say tulips are just gay weeds? While talking to business leaders yesterday in Davos, President Trump spoke about his cabinet and said, quote, "I like bringing successful people in." Successful in what? Flip cup? Pete Hegseth's last big success was passing a breathalyzer. During a signing ceremony today for his Gaza Board of Peace, President Trump said, quote, "We have peace in the Middle East. No one thought that was possible." Yeah, or even actually happening. President Trump is set to travel next week to Iowa to help campaign for the midterm elections. Yes, please do that. Please tell everybody which candidates you like. I think that would really help. A treasure hunter recently found a class ring on a New Jersey beach from 1966 that belonged to a Nebraska woman. Cool. Normally, the only way to find a class ring on a Jersey beach is to go up to any guy. A 15-year-old dog was recently returned to his family more than 10 years after he went missing. So good news, kids, and then almost immediately, terrible news, kids. The burger chain Five Guys is set to open a new 10,000 square foot restaurant on the Las Vegas Strip. Because if you like Five Guys, you also like gambling. According to a new report, the U.S. murder rate has fallen to its lowest level since 1900. Yeah, well, it's pretty hard to get murdered if you never go outside. And finally, according to the latest numbers, the Eagles album, their greatest hits, 1971 and 1975, is the best-selling album of all time, largely because the people who love that album keep forgetting they already bought it. And that was a monologue, everybody.